think I have enough power for about an hour. Alright. I answered 4 questions just now before I started this stream. I have a lot of my paintings going up to my friends. My one friend apparently said that her niece likes me so much. They listened to all of my videos that I put through by my Chong group all the time. And some of the paintings I gave her, she said that she didn't even get to keep it because she won't give it back. So she said, and it was Halloween themed. So I told her I'm going to give her another one to give her so she brings down the Halloween one. So I'm over here practicing for my book cover. I'm going to hopefully, between this month and next month, I will have it, and I can start also in my spare time working on part 2 of my book once I get that up and going. So I'm very excited about all of the developments, I guess, in my life that I've been going through. Alright, I'm going to use these pastels. Alright, there we go. That's even better. I got my little... I have it on my computer because I have so many problems with this computer sometimes. When I want to do one thing, it does a total other thing. But I'm probably just going to invest in another chalk set so I have extra chalk. I do love the chalk. I like the markers, but I think I migrate toward chalk a lot. For some reason, I just like it a lot. Alright. This is a real badass cross. I just like it. I don't know what kind of cross. I think I would know these things. I can't think of it right off this thing. It looks almost like a Templar's one. Check this out. Alright. Oh, hi. How are you doing? Oh, I love reading. Alright. Give me 1 second on that love reading. I'm not used to being this popular. I'm used to able to do almost a whole sketch. Sometimes a whole damn speech to myself, and these days I've been getting very popular. Alright. This will only take me a few minutes. I'm trying to get some religious things going because I seem to have a lot of religious friends. And who knew how they would actually be fans? I kind of like the way this cross. It would probably go good with the skull group and Facebook. It's just this would flip this side that's lopsided. But if you shade, everything looks better with shading. It's a little bit lopsided. And then it has these badass wings on the back, so I'm gonna end up getting them too. Oh, well, hello, new subscriber. All right. Well, that's nice. Oh, I'm not really that popular. Trust me, not at all. I'm the last person generally you want to talk to because most people don't want to be bothered because they're sick. I'm the person that will tell you got a fever and you got to do it and do this. Over here, I think it's the tarot cards and maybe a little bit of the painting. I got inspired by painting, and this is something I've always done. But yeah, no one really likes to see the medical person come. We always bring unfun to things that are fun. The things we think are fun are things nobody in the world thinks is fun. Honestly, my friend showed me today she got bit by a spider. So she took a picture of her ass and then showed me the puncture mark. She's like, "Oh, you want to see it?" I was like, "I don't care. I see shit like that all day." And I told her it was a pretty big bite because you could see where the teeth marks went in. And I said it's probably a wolf spider or something. Because she does live like near wooded areas, so she got all scared, and I told her to put peppermint oil in her house. And I said, "You can wear it. Like I said, if you're worried about it, you put peppermint oil on you." And animals won't go near. I know. I know cats don't like peppermint oil. Dogs don't. I put it in areas I don't want Chong to pee. So, and it works. But let me see here. New connection in contact. Well, that's good. And this is Astra Delta. Alright, you want to know. Or yard. I will just do a love reading on that. I'm not really good with names. And sometimes not even gender, because some women are more, they give off a male energy, I guess. And sometimes some males give off female energy. It gets really confusing. Especially with all the kinds of energies at one time. But, anyways, your feelings for Bella is, and this whole situation is in a mutual mood. And this just means that nothing is one way or another. It's whichever way kind of you guys bring it to. And you're surrounded by new moon in Gemini and a full moon in Leo. A new moon in Gemini just talks about communication, and it makes sense with a relationship. You need communication. Any counselor on the face of this earth will tell you you need communication. So that makes sense. And you also got a full moon in Leo talking about pride and not letting it rule you and your decisions. Because sometimes there could be somebody better, but sometimes that better person could be shitty. So that's what that card's saying. I feel that there was feelings there, but they need to be strengthened and they need to grow to like a relationship type feelings. But I do feel like it's there. All right, let me see here. I'm getting better at questions. And you can always leave it in the comments and I'll type it out also. All right. Oh, well, thank you for being a new subscriber. Oh, you met today in a salsa festival and have a great interaction. Seem very interested. Well, I'm hoping it does work out for you. Mud City. Where's Mud City? I never heard of that, but then I don't get out much. I go pretty much to the hospital and back. And then half the time I deal with crazy people, but I love the residents, so I stay around. Mud City, USA. Oh, okay. I don't know what, I mean, what, I guess, what state is it in? Because, I mean, I'm in Ohio in the USA. There has to be a state of the union, it is, because I've never heard of Mud City. Oh. Well, you're welcome. But Thanksgiving is over, though, but thank you. I appreciate you. And then all the dogs appreciate you because we support dogs around here. Oh, okay. I've heard about Mud City. I'm very big on details, and I don't know, I was figured that you guys would know more Mud Cities more than me. I never know anything until I either go on Google or YouTube it, and which is crazy. For years, that's all I did was Google or YouTube it, and then one day, I'm on YouTube. It's like weird how life kind of throws that at you. So, oh, I'm good. I had a pretty decent day at work. I'm probably gonna tomorrow. I'm donating a lot of my artwork to my coworkers because even though sometimes they're shitheads, I still love them. But we've been all together for years. I've been together with this group of people for like some of them 10 years, some of them going on over 10 years. So I think when you known somebody this long at this kind of caliber, I feel it's turns into family at that point. It really does. You know, they just sit there, they hug you, and they do all this stuff. And I'm not big on hugging, but I guess I don't have a choice because when people care about you, they care about you, and then that's just it. Alright, I got one here, and then these wings drop down. So I'm going to trying to be able to do a damn raven. I'm trying. One day I'm going to make it. And I'm going to have the best book cover ever. But it's going to take a little effort to get there. But maybe by that time I'll have the dopest painting that any author has. Because I'm not paying no $400 for nobody to paint a damn picture for me. I'm one of those people that will, if you're going to charge me that much for one thing, I'll learn how to do it my damn self. And I will sit there and look up things because that's the kind of person I am. I don't like these greedy people out there that they like to bother you. And they're very greedy, some people. Alright, I'm just going to shade in little leaves because this is supposed to be angel wings. I feel angel wings look better shaded in. I feel if I was an angel, this is how I'd want my wings to look. And I'm going to leave it like that. I like that half of the angel wing. That's not bad. Yeah, it is. It's very... But it's like that. I feel if I did it that way, it wouldn't be real. And I feel if you're going to do a craft, and since it took me years to write this book off and on, and I did it in like a very fragile part of my life when I was going through a separation. I feel it's more important that I do it because I feel it would give the book better karma. As silly as that sounds. Because I feel like it was the one accomplishment in my life that I was able to fulfill. And I didn't have to ask anybody's opinion. I didn't have to. I think it was the one thing I accomplished that was me. So I feel that the artwork has to be me also. I don't think as a society we should always be willing to do AI and go that extra mile. I feel things are handed to us too much now. But that's just how I feel. I mean, there's a whole lot of people using AI, but I feel it's cheating. I really do. I feel it means more because when I try to look up things on AI, it's not a human obviously, and me and this AI have a lot of issues. I don't know, that is pretty badass for what it is. It's not bad. I'm gonna put Oh Holy Night. Or just put Holy Night. Because it was the birth of Jesus, and I work with a lot of Catholics and Christians. So I have these. But that's how I mean, I feel like it's old school, and maybe I could start a trend. So, do you want a Stephen King type of book? Oh, mine is a horror book. It's Lily in the Darkness. I have to expedite it and then figure out what I need to do for maintenance fee over in Amazon. And my one best friend, her son's in charge of a lot of the Amazon. He's one of the bigger bosses. So I'm going to have him help me too, but it's like a horror book, but I want to say it's more. There's a lot of violence, but it's not overly violent, but it's kind of Stephen King style. There's a lot of details that run into other details. So, but it's mostly historical fiction, honestly. So, so I figure I might as well have the book all like me. This way, if I die, because I do believe in other lifetimes, I feel that maybe if I could get it published when I'm reborn again, I could maybe it'd be cool to go to school in my other life and feel so familiar about this book. Because I mean, I don't remember my other lifetimes, but there's a lot of people that do, and they go to psychiatrists and all this stuff, and they get looked at, and a lot of the medical community is starting to realize that this could be a thing. So, I do believe it can be a thing. So I figure why not? If this is going to be a thing, then so be it. I figure why not? Why not just have fun with it and maybe one day, we never know. We can look upon our life and just feel it's so familiar. I think the deja vu is a real thing. I really do. I think sometimes deja vu is something that you might have done in another life if you really look at something hard enough. And when I was real sick and had to get my jaw surgery, and I wasn't even sure if I was going to recover, I was really thinking about how I wanted to do things in my life. And I do kind of want to do things, and I want to do the opposite of everybody. I want it all to be me. So one day people know that I did something. Even if it doesn't make a lot of money, that's okay. When you die, it's not all about money. It's not about what you thought you could have. It's about the people that you cared the most about. That's what it ends up being about. And honestly, if I can have my $1 out there, even like I said, I'll do my maintenance fee and pay all that ahead. If it doesn't make a lot, that's okay. I have something out there. Because I have AI making songs. I'm talking like real songs, not just the songs I do with AI. Like those little beats that really go nowhere, they're just there. But I find it hilarious that AI is doing actual songs and typing out people's reports. They have it, it's all on Facebook over this. You could do a whole report for school on this. And I feel that people are going to forget how it is to write eventually. And it's going to be sad when that event happens in the world. Because we need people that are smart out there. Because how is the world going to go on without smart people? I mean, I literally train my dog my way. I don't even do it the way everyone else does it. I listen to some dog training, but I train my dog and I treated him like a human child. Some of my friends thought I was psychotic for it. But my dog, yeah, he does have one of those prong collars, but because of his breed, he doesn't even feel it. And I've never really I do just cage him. I never really had to ever hurt him. We have a strong bond. And, and then I see all these dogs that are literally just because they peed or they just did this small little event that pissed off everybody because they wanted to look really cool and wanted their dog to literally, I don't know, be some kind of dog that's going to do whatever they ask. I don't care. I want an obedient dog, I guess, but I want him to be himself at the same time. When we go for our walks, my usually my dog, it's where my dog wants to go. He likes going to that park that I always have. We call it Chong Park. Because he has to go to that park, and I even told my husband that one day if we got to move from here, he might miss this park. It's so stupid. It's just this little tiny park that, has stuff for softball and all that. And he just enjoys this park. I mean, he likes the metro parks too. But I feel if people had more of a heart and more training in animals, I feel that there'd be less sad animals out there. Because I feel it's sad. It makes me want to cry. How people treat people and the animals. Yeah, I used to use a typewriter back in the day. I used to have an electric typewriter. I like typewriters. I took a lot of English. I would study grammar. A grammar check is one thing that you always do not want to have to rely on. And a lot of people scoff on school and they say it's stupid. I love school. It was like some of the most funny years of my life was school. I did go to Catholic school most of my life. I did go to college for a couple of years, but even if you don't get, you can always self-educate yourself. I don't know how to paint. I'm self-educating myself with painting. You can always self-learn things, but you really gotta kind of, if you're a writer, study language because you gotta have a diversity of word. You gotta be able to, your words have to sing. You gotta know, you can't say the same word over and over again. That's a big no-no as a writer. And you want to expand your ideas in a smart way. You don't want to be one of these writers that have a bunch of like grammar problems, and then you have on top of that, you could just have word placement problems. Sentence structure, memorizing sentence structure is very important. Very important. And to be a writer, you to know English really well is an incentive. And living in the United States, there's a lot of countries that know English. So a lot of books that are written in English do get very popular. Some aren't written in English, but a lot of them that are do get more popular, but you have to be really good at your English. I mean, there's Old English, there's English, you got Shakespearean language English, and there's just a lot to English. And to self teach yourself in it, you could probably look it up on probably YouTube, honestly. They got Harvard classes over there. I tell you folks, Harvard. And I'd like to go over there myself and pretend I'm sitting in Harvard. You get the popcorn and all that, and you can learn something over there in those lectures. I was obsessed with these volcanoes. I think I said this on another lecture. Because I am obsessed with volcanoes and black holes. I don't understand we have all these volcanoes and black holes, but Earth is still going. There's still gravity, but there's all this stuff. But I went and I attended a lecture. I just went in college lectures. I think Purdue I went to. Then they have a couple of Harvard ones, and they have a bunch of them. Like if you want to learn psychology, that's over there. And how expensive those classes are. God, when I was in school, it was like $2,000 a class. So you figure one of those classes is at least probably, I don't know, probably one of those classes is at least $400 or $500 for the student to pay for if you break it down at least. And that's a lot of money. And to be able to look at that for free, it's an added benefit. And over here, I literally am working and painting, so these are things that I guess have become important in my life. College lectures and painting. Painting, I'm just letting it flow. Whatever comes out, comes out. But I don't know, I've just been obsessed with the angel wings lately, and the crazy thing is, I really am not a big angel fan. I don't really like angels that much. They're okay, but I'm not against God, but I'm not a big angel fan all at the same time. And I guess you're allowed to say that and not get that, chastised, but it's not bad. I use it's a real light green. And I did it pretty quick. It was only 28 minutes. I was telling my friends how quick I'm getting at this. It's scary how fast I'm getting at producing this kind of stuff. Alright, now I'm going to move this over here. But yeah, I'm having fun with this. Everybody's telling me, oh, you should have fun with it. I was like, oh, I do. I do have a lot of fun with this. Here's another one. There's just so much color in that one. I'm going to do 2 crosses with wings. This one I have to see if I like it. That one's kind of nice. Instead of like I want to say that's more of a medieval type cross. Like the Crusaders type thing. That's what reminds me of the Crusaders cross. There's been a lot of people through history where a lot of like important things got done because of religion. I mean, it would be nice if it didn't. Religion wasn't the one thing that was the catapult, but it generally is the catalyst. Everybody comes together for religion, not each other. That's what it seems to be. Alright. Okay. I actually got that here. People really like these kind of things. Oh, you think it's Celtic? Maybe it is. I don't know. You guys could be right. I don't, like I said, I don't get out much. I see lots of crosses every day. It looks pretty cool though. I think my friends will like it. Since I pretty much live at work. And the crazy thing is they're never on my live streams. I see them all the time. I've been hanging out with them for 10 years. But I think only one of my coworkers actually came on my live stream. Literally, and that was it. So I don't know how I feel about that, but I guess it is what it is. Sometimes it's nice to have that separation. I really feel that. I feel that in working relationships and other things in life. I think you need a separation period where you drive each other nuts. That's why it's always good for a wife to have like a different kind of career where she's out of the house and stuff. It always was like that when I was younger. Like women would just go in, they would get a job just to kind of get out of the house type thing. And the guys would work and this and that. And you made less money when you're a woman when I was growing up. And then it ended up where the women kind of started making a little more than men. Because men got a lot of things handed to them back then. But that's how the way the world was, really. It's sad, but that's how it was. And now it's almost like it's anybody's world. It's not really a woman or a man's. I grew up in a time where men were terrible. And I do mean they were pretty terrible. And it was just that, and a lot of times, they go to Las Vegas, cheat on you, and this and that. But they would, for some reason, they'd be halfway decent when you had kids. And sometimes they only stuck around for the kids. Sometimes this was the fate of the world for some women. It's sad, but these are truths that sometimes just happen. So women became poets, authors, and different things. And these are how things began to where they are now. It came with chauvinism. And then there was female chauvinism, male chauvinism, all kinds of chauvinism. I'm trying to get this one nice. I'm trying to get this like a wingspan of a big angel. Get some big wings. Alright. Yeah, I feel this is nice. Here, I got that one. I think it's a good sign that I'm actually getting these out pretty quick. Alright. I'm just going to put Merry Christmas on this one. There might be a future for the Raven on this book cover. At this point, it's just going to be whatever I could professionally put out there that looks really badass. I did okay with my depiction of the cabin that turned out to be Santa's workshop. I put that in the community board. Alright, then I just put Merry Christmas on there. Because I gotta give a lot of people decorations. Oh, you like this one too? Yeah, my friends be demanding. They're fancy. I have a whole lot of fancy friends and a whole lot of rich friends on top of that. My sons always told me I was lucky to have rich friends. But honestly, it is only because of... I feel like if you're in a job field where there's always a potential of making a lot of money, that things like this, you just come across these different kinds of people. I just happen to be where they know I'm not going to steal none of their pills. They could trust their purses and stuff around me, and then they just... I think if you're around people after a while, you learn to tolerate and like people. That's my theory about the world. It really is. Because I don't know. Or that you could say fate brings people together. That happens. I'm one of these people that's like Master Yoda on Star Wars. I'm kind of happy in my own tree. And then I would love to have a tree house. If I became actually famous in any way, shape, or form, I would have my own tree house with a lot of Star Wars things in it. I'd be like Master Yoda. So, that's my dream. Yeah, this is true. I do have a lot of decent friends. They surround me and they tell me I'm going to be a superstar, and I tell them that everybody is technically a superstar in the world. It's how you pursue your the stuff to do your purpose. I feel I'm up here just to maybe inspire someone to be nicer, and this is my purpose in the world. And as an added bonus, I might have only sold 500 copies of my book theoretically, probably, if I wasn't up here. But possibly I might get 1,000 or 2,000 sold. And then I would like to take my money and help. You gotta help. Gotta help out your common man. God doesn't like ugly. So then I gotta figure out how I'm gonna disperse my money, because you gotta give back. Some people give back by... I do want to get a business. I want to get, and I'm still want to get that rescue village. And I think I could do it. I'm going to have Chong the dog dancers, which are going to be dogs. I mean, I'm going to probably have humans with them at that point. But I am going to have this rescue village one day before I die. And I have a dream, just like Martin Luther King, that all the animals and people are going to be happy. And I'm gonna have volunteers in this village. I'm gonna have people that I help out in the village that help me out with the dogs. As I feel if we can bond with the dogs and try to make the best of our lives and be the best human being that we could be, I feel that there's faith in humanity. I really do. Some of my religious friends don't believe there's no faith in humanity. We've done awful things, yes, we have. Hitler lived, exiled all those poor Jewish people, started the Holocaust. We've had some really bad players in our sector, but I feel we could do better. I'm rooting for humanity, and I feel if everybody was able to rescue a dog or just an animal and give them a good life and think of somebody other than themselves, I really think it could happen. But you have all these people with these ugly personalities just going around influencing people to be mean to one another, and calling their dogs flea bags, really not trying to understand, say, get rid of that dog. And God doesn't like ugly. I will tell you that. Because my friend, which I call my sister, we're very, very close. I worked with her too, obviously, too. Her boyfriend, which I never liked him. And I will tell you guys before I tell you this story, I never liked her boyfriend at all. He literally was really mean to her, and even in her pregnancy, is now talking about his ex and says she could stay with him for another year, but she got to find another place. So, that's a lot. Erica. Are you still there, Erica? I don't see anybody. I see the people and it says zero. That's what my little camera thing says. Oh, you are? Okay. I don't know. On this end, it shows nobody's listening, so this is what gets so confused about a YouTube live stream to me. But yeah, it's crazy because they're gonna have their second daughter next month. Or this month coming. She's gonna be born in December. And he literally told my best friend, which I call my sister, that he did not love her and he did not want the baby. And these are the kind of shitheads I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm getting your reading done now. But yeah, so that someone could be jealous of you. I mean, I think my sister's boyfriend was jealous of just people that are happy. There's people so jealous of everything. It's crazy how people get jealous. I don't understand. But stepped away. Okay. You're like a real streamer. I don't know what I am. I'm just that person from Facebook that got a button. That's what I am. Alright. Alright, so you want to know if your sister Sarah is jealous of you. I could do a pathway on her energy. I always have, coming from a military family, from having my mother being a white witch, I can really tap into crazy energy that not a lot of people can. My dad had so many kills from Vietnam. He used to have nightmares of everybody he murdered. Or I say murder, but he says self defense. But the people he had to kill in Vietnam, visiting him and haunting him until he died. This is why I don't think I could be a murderer. Besides it being morally wrong, he got haunted by everybody he killed. And I swear, I don't even think the PTSD medicine did it any better. This is why I think I had a better belief in God after all that. Because my dad went through so much. And I realized that demons are real and we create our own demons. And we do. We create literally our own demise. They say we're all like gods of our own, I guess, choosing, because we could change the world around us. So, I mean, it depends on what viewpoint and what you believe and how you go about it. But this is Erica. All right, this is about if your sister Sarah. She's in a new moon in Taurus, and this talks about prosperity. It's ahead of her, but she got to work for it. To be prosperous, you got to work and you got to give a little of your own energy. To get energy that makes you happy. You got to give to get in this world. Even in the spiritual world. It's like this in money, financial situations, schooling, everything. And your sister also is surrounded by new moon in Scorpio. And this is where you work through your fears. Fears of, I feel she's scared of failure. She's scared of her own self. I'm picking up that your sister she's scared to be poor and walk on her own 2 feet without having somebody kind of carry her. I'm picking up a lot of not. I'm picking up a lot of not self-confidence here. She lacks in self-confidence, which is not good. It's not good for anybody for this kind of activity to happen. I mean, I've been there with low self-confidence when I was younger, but it's not fun. And your sister is surrounded by a full moon of Capricorn. And this just says she's at the end of a tough cycle. I don't think she's jealous. I think, if anything, she's seeing how you're independent and you're getting your shit together a little bit, and she might be jealous of that, but I think it's just regular and normal for what she's going through. And we all go through our tests, believe me. I've been through my tests in life. I really have. You got to be tested to get humbled, because this is what the universe likes to do to you. The universe will humble you, if you like it or not. They don't care if you're man nor woman. You will be humbled, and that's just what it is. That's just the bottom line. I've been humbled. I was kind of a shithead when I was in my 20s and 30s. I wanted everybody to do a bunch of stuff for me, and I went to rock concerts and stuff, and that was it. I did what I was going to do. And then one day reality hit. And it always does. And people that I really disliked before, seeing them years later after life got to them, they either did really bad or really good. I mean, that's how it is anymore in life. But that's how I feel your sister is. But I would not be nasty about it to her. Just kind of let her do her and learn her lesson, and you just do you. Because if you don't, you're going to miss out. Why don't, like my mother-in-law always says, don't let anybody steal your joy. And I don't. I don't let anybody take my joy. Ever. If I enjoy doing something, I'm going to do it. And I don't care. I don't care who doesn't agree or whatever. As long as it's not harming anybody or anything like that, you should do things you enjoy. And consensual, of course. I'm talking about the sexual activities because I have to learn how to write a love scene. I had to go through some grungy love novels because to write a love scene can be very complicated. I will tell you guys that if you guys are any future writers, if you're doing a book like I had to, I had to learn because I love horror. It's my favorite genre, hands down. I want to say Halloween's my favorite holiday. I don't dislike Christmas, but I don't love Christmas like I love Halloween. But tomatoes, tomatoes, what are you going to do? But here I am painting my least favorite holiday, but it's okay. Sometimes these are things you gotta do. Alright. These aren't bad. I think these will be good for 2 more people. I have like 10 paintings going into work. But I did want to remind everybody that if you guys had a question or you just thought of a question later on and was like, damn, I don't know when that crazy woman's coming on because she works too much, I will actually personally write it out in a reply and type it out for you. I don't have a problem with it because I got a crazy work schedule. I really do. And I just can't walk away from my job and I just got too much going on with it. So, but I always have time for that. So, and I did catch 3 today. And when I came home before I came on stream, I answered all the tarot questions. Because I understand that most people actually have time to do things and actually come on and stream more, but I just don't. Because and besides taking care of my dog and stuff like that, maybe once I'm making more money with the book and on YouTube itself, I'll be able to have a regular schedule, most likely. Because all my book money is going to go towards this rescue village too. And I'm going to get a restaurant, Chong dog, and proceeds from that is going to go towards the rescue village too. I'm going to try to rescue as many humans as I can as animals. And maybe pair people up with their soul animal. And maybe if people related to animals at a certain level, they would kind of understand the significance of why we're here. I know it sounds a little bit old-fashioned, but it's just how I feel, and I feel the rescue village would help. I really do. I'm going to try to make this a reality in the next maybe 10 years. Because it may take a full 10 years to buy that much land, to facilitate that many dogs, and just that kind of activity is just going to be a lot. So, I am going to let you guys go because I'm done with my 2 paintings. So I got this one that's going out to my friends tomorrow. I got Holy Night. I think it looks kind of goth. You know, I always was a goth girl, so maybe this is why all my paintings are coming off goth. And then I got this one. Thought that one was nice. And I'll probably be playing around with more angel wings and crosses because they do look awfully cool. And maybe I could start with like ravens eventually. I don't know. But I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'll be back on tomorrow. I'm try to at least do an hour today. I know I worked a 12-hour shift, but I had a lot of energy. Now that I'm done with my operation, I got all the infection out of my jaw. I can eat again, and I require regular sleep, not all day, and I'm half dead for work sleep. So I'm gonna probably paint again tomorrow too. Hopefully, I have so I think of some better than angel wings, but this was good. I got these done because I got four. I have four, one Catholic and three Christians that I owe a present to, and this is their present. And this will save money if you guys like want to get into painting. If I can do this, anybody in the world can do this. So, and I'll see you guys tomorrow after my work. And I don't know, I'll probably have a crazy story tomorrow. Who knows what the residents be doing tomorrow? You just never know. It's like the ocean over there. I swear when you get 90, you get, I don't know, your whole life changes again. Something goes on in their brains. But I will see you guys tomorrow. And like I said, if you need emergency reading, I'll go ahead and I'll answer it before I start my streams and all that. So, you guys have a great night, and thank you for the good stream. And I'm going to close up here.